Hello bassists, today we're going to be working on page 29 in Essential Elements Book 2, and we will be exploring the key of G minor. The key signature of G minor is 2 flat, so it's the same key signature as you have for B flat major, but in the songs that are in G minor, you'll find that often they start and end on the note G, and they do resolve to the note G, and they have a very different color to them because they have that kind of darkness and sadness that you associate with the minor keys. And also you might perceive them as sounding a little bit Eastern or exotic. So let's go over the fingering for the scale. We're going to be again in half position. So we're going to start with our 4th finger in half position on the lowest string, the E string, for the note G. Then A is open. 1st finger is in half position is B flat. And then 4th finger is C. D open. And then we have E flat. And then 4th finger is F natural. And then open G. So that's actually pretty simple because it's just 1st and 4th finger and your open string, starting on 4th finger on the low string. Let's go ahead and play that one with the recording number 129. Okay, good. Now we're going to proceed to the first piece, number 130. Now let's just first acknowledge we are pretty low in the range of the bass for this octave of the G minor scale. And so when you are playing melodies, you might find that it's a little bit more challenging to get the notes to speak when you're playing on your lower strings. And that's just kind of the nature of it. Often in music, when you're playing melodies, you'd be playing in the higher register because it's just a lot easier to get the clarity in the upper register. But we are playing these melodies here in the lower register. They do have a tendency to sound a little tubby when you're playing down there. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first one. Hatikva is the Israeli national anthem. And we have some slurs in this one. There are some hooks. We have some accents. The accent is that V-shaped, the sideways V that is over or under the note. That tells you to play the beginning of that note more punctuated, louder. And we also have some dynamics. There are some repeats. So notice at the end of the first line, you have a repeat telling you to go back. Before that, there is never a repeat telling you where to go back to. So if you don't have that like front repeat sign, you just go all the way back to the beginning. So you play the first line twice. Then you play the second line, and then notice the third line also has both repeat signs, so you play the third line twice. Okay? There's a lot to think about in this song, so I would say just kind of take it chunk by chunk and maybe slow down the tempo. Don't maybe try and play through the whole thing all at once. Learn it bit by bit. Here we go. Number 130, Hatikva. Okay, yeah, I think that one actually would be, if we were to play that one octave higher, it would have a lot of notes in it that we haven't really explored yet, or positions on our fingerboard, but I think once you do learn those skills, it would actually be almost easier to play that one in the higher octave, just because it's easier to play lyrically on the G string and the D string than it is on the E string and the A string. But that is the way it is written here, so just do the best you can and just make sure that you're really digging in on those low strings. And if you have a hard time getting it to sound kind of smooth and lyrical, it's not your fault. That's just the nature of it. Let's go ahead and do number 131. This is the G minor scale, same one we did before, just with a different rhythm. And then the last one on this page, number 132, is the Hanukkah Song. This is an Israeli folk song that you might hear around the holidays in the winter. So here we go again in G minor. Now this one actually doesn't have any E flats in it, and you might wonder, why do they have to put the E flat in the key signature if they don't actually use that note in the song? And the reason for that is because although it lacks E flats, just like that note of the scale is not used in this song, it still is in the key of G minor. You'll notice that although we start on D, we finish on G. And that has a sense of really settling in and resolving to that note. So functionally, this is in the key of G minor. So even though they don't use the note E flat, we still do want to put it in the key signature so we can make it clear what key the song is in. So here we go, the Hanukkah Song, number 132. For page 29. I hope that you have enjoyed playing these songs in G minor. I think on the bass, D minor feels a little better just because it's higher. But the G minor is also a really great key to play in, and especially when you learn more octaves of the scale, you can play things in the same range in G minor that you played them in D minor. As you practice the natural minor scales, just remember that you will be moving soon to another form of the minor scale, but it certainly doesn't hurt to learn the natural minor scale. It is a little bit easier than the one we will be moving to. And so, good luck and happy practicing.